The Russian Federation also launched 16 missile strikes last night, in particular on the cities of Kharkiv, Kherson, Mykolaiv, and Odesa regions, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces said in its daily update. Tonight was one of the most intense attacks on Kyiv. Within 3.5 hours, air defense forces shot down 35 deadly Shahed drones. All that were launched. Russia increased the density of attacks. This is the fourth attack on the capital since the beginning of May. Unfortunately, there are dead and wounded civilians. High-rise buildings, private homes, and other civilian infrastructure were damaged, it said. Kyiv's Mayor Klitschko said that at least 5 people were injured in the capital amidst damage done to buildings and infrastructure. Russia has also intensified shelling of Bakhmut, hoping to take it by Tuesday, Ukraine's top general in charge of the defense of the besieged city said, vowing to do everything to prevent it. Ukraine's Air Force launches 16 strikes on enemy positions. Over the past day, the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine launched 16 strikes on enemy personnel and military equipment clusters. This is stated in the report by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine as of 6 o'clock, May 9, published on Facebook. Over the past 24 hours, the enemy launched 30 missile strikes, 61 airstrikes, and 89 MLRS attacks on the positions of our troops and populated settlements. Private residential buildings and other civilian infrastructure objects were destroyed and damaged. Civilian casualties were reported, the report reads. The enemy continues to concentrate its main efforts on Lyman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and Mariinka directions. Heavy battles are fought for the cities of Bakhmut and Mariinka. In total, over the past day, 42 enemy attacks were repelled on the specified areas of the front. No signs of the formation of offensive groups were detected in Volyn and Polishcha directions. Certain units of the Russian armed forces continue to be stationed in the territory of the Republic of Belarus. In Severshina and Slobozhanshina directions, the enemy maintains a military presence in the areas bordering Ukraine. Over the past day, the enemy fired mortars and artillery at the settlements of Barilivka, Mashenka, Halahanivka, Leonivka, Oleksandrivka, Buda-Vorobievska, Remiak in Chernihiv region, Zanab Novorodsky, Stara Huta, Shulahin, Novoslobodski, Iskryskivshina, Volfin in Sumy region, Hoptivka, Krasny, Zelin, Staritsha, Ohertsev, Vovchansky Kudary, Karaitny, Malavovcha, Mykolaivka, and Nestern in Kharkiv region. In Kupiansk direction, the enemy did not conduct offensive operations but launched airstrikes in the areas of Zapadna and Mashutivka settlements. Kamyanka, Topoly, Petro-Ivanivka, Fyholivka, Novomlinsk, Zapadna, Lyman-Pershi, Vilshana, Buhavka in Kharkiv region, Novoselivsky and Stelmakivka in Luhansk region came under enemy artillery and mortar fire. The General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported on May 5 that Russia had lost 193,210 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of its full-scale invasion on February 24 last year. This number includes 620 casualties Russian forces suffered just over the past day. In Lyman direction, the enemy conducted unsuccessful offensive operations in the direction of Bilohorivka. Airstrikes were launched in the areas of Nevsky and Bilohorivka in Luhansk region, Verkhnyokamyansk and Spern in Donetsk region. Makiivka and Bilohorivka in Luhansk region, Yampolivka and Spern in Donetsk region were hit by artillery fire. In Bakhmut direction, fighting continues in the city of Bakhmut. Over the past day, the enemy conducted unsuccessful offensive operations in the direction of Ivanovsky and Chasev Yar. The invaders launched airstrikes in the areas of Bodanivka, Bakhmut, and Predtekine settlements. Vashukivka, Orikovo-Vasilivka, Novomarkov, Bakhmut, Ivanovsky, Chasev Yar, Stupochki, Predtekine, Oleksandro-Shultin, Delivka, Druzhba, Zalians, New York and Donetsk region came under enemy fire. In Avdiivka direction, the enemy conducted offensive operations near Avdiivka and Pervomaisk in Donetsk region, had no success. Novokulinov, Berdichi, Lastochkin, Avdiivka, Severn, Vodian, Pervomaisk, and Netelov in Donetsk region were struck. In Mariinka direction, the Ukrainian troops repelled numerous enemy attacks in the area of Mariinka. Georgiivka and Pobeda in Donetsk region also came under enemy fire. In Shakhtarsk direction, the enemy did not conduct offensive operations over the past day. An airstrike was launched in the area of Vlika Novosilka. Paraskoviivka, Novomykolaiv, and Vuhledar settlements were hit. In Zaporizhia and Kherson directions, the enemy continues to hold the defense. The invaders launched airstrikes near Vremivka in Donetsk region, Huliapol and Novodanilivka in Zaporizhia region. In addition, more than 30 settlements near the contact line were struck, in particular Vremivka, Novosilka, Zelene Pol, Novopil in Donetsk region, Olhaivsky, Huliapol, Zaliznikny, Huliapilsky, Bilahirya, Malotokmichka, Kamyansk in Zaporizhia region, Zolota Balka, Kachkarivka, Zimivka, Tyainka, Antonivka, Dniprovsky, Kizimys, Stanislav, Kherson in Kherson region. The Russian occupiers continue robbing Ukrainian citizens, enterprises, and state institutions in the temporarily captured territories of Zaporizhia region. To take looted property out from settlements near the contact line, the invaders involved drivers and truck owners from among local collaborators. The looted goods are taken in the direction of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea. Over the past 24 hours, the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine launched 16 strikes on the enemy personnel and military equipment clusters. Over the past day, our defenders destroyed, in particular, Zala reconnaissance UAV. Missile and artillery units hit 3 manpower clusters, 2 ammunition depots, and 3 more important enemy targets, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine concluded.